Hello you, and welcome to part 2 of this East Kirkby vlog. In this vlog you'll see some more classic cars, witness me getting lost in a straight corridor in the dark, looking around the Homefront Museum, and catching the end of the Lancaster bomber taxiing, and then we have a quick break for lunch. Join me for that and more. Let's have a look. I can't quite remember where we're going now. I think there are some little exhibitions here. They do have ramps, but if the doors are just as small as they were, I don't think I'm going in. Here we go. Ooh, gold. This part of the museum didn't seem to have a name, but its main focus seems to be the gunners, the guns, and what it's like to be in an air raid. Gun turrets. And yes, indeed, they are gun turrets as we drive past the Bell 19G twin gun mount. This display looks at the many layers of an air gunner, including the jacket, trousers, and heated flying clothing. To the right you can see the rear turret of a Fraser Nash, also known as an FN-20. An oil pump. Not sure what from though. A plane, I guess. It was possibly attached to this Rolls-Royce engine, but who knows, there didn't seem to be any signage or further information. It might look like I'm doing some kind of fancy wave here to press these buttons, but really I'm just moving my hand around that invisible pole holding the camera up, not trying to be a magician's assistant. Screen doesn't appear to be working today. Let's see if I can fit into the air shelter area. It's very narrow that way, so I don't think I'm going to be trying to put the wheelchair down there. But I'm extremely lucky to be able to walk about. Maybe not very far, but I can walk about. So let's have a look inside the air raid shelter. And I think I'm going to take the camera off the wheelchair and come back and get it in a minute. This is the way to the air raid shelter. Technically it's showing what it's like to be in the Blitz, but never mind because it's in the dark and on my blind side and I walk completely past it. I'm totally oblivious to the fact I've just walked past the window where the scene is. Yes, I've just realised I must have walked past it. There it is. I think last time I came there was some more effects, maybe even a smoke machine. This is the view of the Insta360 camera. It makes the whole scene look a lot brighter than it really is, and less cinematic than the DJI camera you can see now. It's very dark in here and you can't see me, but I couldn't see. I have to look back at the 360 camera, but I don't know if it was in complete darkness, so I just walked past it because it was on my blind side, but I completely missed the part of the exhibit I was supposed to look at and went straight out. It was in complete darkness. It's a motion sensor, so if I walk past, it should start. Hello? No? How about going all the way out and coming back in? Let's try it again. Here we go. Or not. And now it starts just as I turn back round. And nothing really new happens, so I didn't miss anything the first time. This is the first ever flight simulator. It's an ANT 18 Link trainer. That's the end of this bit here, so I think it's time to go and get my wheelchair. That feels like a very big slope when you're rolling down in a chair. Whew. That's quite steep. Now I can't remember if that's it for this hut, if there's any more down here, or if I have to go to a new bit of the building. We've been in that bit. What's over here? Little picnic area. These Nissan huts didn't really have any meaningful signs on, so I wasn't sure if I could go in or not, or what was even inside. What's in this? Can we fit through the door? We have a drive by this Ford 8 Model Y from 1935. Tractor. It's an MGTA Cochrane Special. That's what the sign said anyway. I'm very silly and forgot to turn on this camera for I don't know how long, so I'm not sure what I've actually missed. Sounds like there's some planes taking off outside, so I'm missing those. We've just been passing a water bowser and a Fordson fire tender on the left. That's nice. It's a Bedford WLG coach from 1931. Let's head back out of here. There are some more cars hiding round the corner. And that's definitely the sound of a Lancaster I can hear. Ah yes, the Austin Powers Jaguar, not the official number plate. Luckily, these camera lenses appear to be quite strong. Now there was quite a dip here for drainage and I was a little bit uncertain about going over it, so I decided to go the long way round, also known as the less embarrassing way round. Luckily I was just in time to catch the end of the Lancaster taxi run. absolutely stunning. Then it was time to go off to the next exhibit. I think I'll fit. My apologies to both of you, I didn't realise you were there. This part of the museum is the way we were, also known as the home front. There were an awful lot of items in this exhibit, perhaps too many as they looked rather messy. It was unfortunate because the rest of the museum had really nice, interesting displays. It could have definitely done with a little bit of tweaking. A 1940s Ericsson telephone switchboard. On the left you can see a hand-cranked washing machine. This is the home front exhibition, which unfortunately I don't think my wheelchair was going to fit in. The service dress jackets of a Harry Cooper and Christian Nielsen, who flew in a Halifax. This is a replica of a Halifax cockpit. Shall we have a quick look inside? The Handley Page Halifax was a mainstay heavy bomber for Bomber Command and used during the large proportion of World War II. It was modified for many roles, but for Bomber Command it served mostly from the Yorkshire airfields, performing main bombing operations before moving into training and conversion units. Thank you very much to this sign. Now, I appear to have lost my bearings on when I did and didn't press the record button, so part of the upstairs I've missed. But that's fantastic, because if you want to see it, you should definitely visit the museum. This area was also quite busy, so I didn't want to get in people's way. Here's a lovely section of floor from when I thought I wasn't filming. We are about to enter the area that simulates what it was like to be in an air raid during the blackout.
Had to deal with an unexploded bomb down there that night as well. It was all happening. The whole street evacuated. And Central's on the disposal unit. They're good fellas, you know. Don't envy them though. It's dangerous times, these.
It really is effective blackout, isn't it?
Oh, that's the East End again. They'll be here next. What are you folks still doing here? Get a move on, straight forward into that Henderson shelter. You'll be safe there.
Thank you.
Now, the one we had at the flat was concrete.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm being very stupid and not realising I'm not filming with that camera.
At the time, it was after the war.
No, before the war. Well, during the war. Oh,
Thanks
yeah,
very
no,
much.
we were there after.
I thought I filmed all this area previously, but I didn't. Very dark in there. Anyway, let's go back down the stairs and pray that my wheelchair's there. Well, then it's time to use the facilities. And there we are. I saw a few people in wheelchairs and mobility scooters during my visit. I can imagine the other people in the wheelchairs had a bit of a hard time navigating around like I did, and that the mobility scooter users wouldn't have gone inside at all. Not in their scooter anyway. Here I just realised that I didn't film a lot of the upstairs, but I didn't have the energy to go back in and do it again. Now it was time to go and get some lunch. Just a polite request to people. If you get up from your chair and you're able to, please tuck your chair back under the table. It makes it so much easier to get past. It was a tight enough squeeze trying to get round here on its own. However, you can see some feet behind me. Please do try and give wheelchair users just a little bit of room. I've got burger and chips to take out. Yeah.
Beef burger or cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger.
I'm giving you numbers. Anything else for you?
In hindsight, I should have bought a drink as well, but I didn't because I thought I was going to go back to the car. However, on trying to carry all the food and steer the wheelchair at the same time, I nearly dropped it everywhere, so I thought the table would be a good idea. And now we wait for the burger. Just trying to squeeze in slightly more without ramming the table and hitting the person in front. Got to have that tomato ketchup. Well, I've got my burger, which looks alright. We'll have a taste. But it does need tomato ketchup first. 2 tomato ketchups. I came in and got this at just the right time because they have run out of buns and chips. Quite tasty. And now to clear up the table. Oh, thank you. There was quite a steep ramp that way, so I decided to go out the entrance. I think so. It's a bit of a severe drop that way. Unfortunately, this year the NAFI, which is over to the right, isn't open because they're expanding it, which will be good for next time. But right now, everyone is going to this marquee, which isn't the best, but, you know, the food was all right in there. Let's go and see if this undercarriage wheel is working. I completely forgot that gap in the door was there. Luckily, I didn't go flying. I just went straight over that dip that I said I was glad there was a ramp for, because I completely forgot. Oh, it's working, but I think I've just missed it. And that's the end of this video. In the next one, we take a look at the landing gear, the tower, and take a closer look at the Lancaster bomber while it's taxiing. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think of the museum so far. Tatty bye.